Alright, CSS battle time. Let's make a 5. It's going to be border radius for sure. I think definitely want to do borders on this. Right? But the issue with that is this right here. See, you know, this is what you expect with border radius, this inner curve too, along with it. But then this, we have an outer curve, and then that. What we could do is just have the background color match the border, right? And then, so it's, you know, it's white on white, and then we'd use this to mask. This is going to be tricky. There's a lot here. What just happened? Why do I have a new tab open? Okay, something weird just happened. There we go. What do I want to do? I think honestly, what I should do is I should make a short square, right? And then box shadow it up. Okay. Strange things are happening to the computer. It's Windows. It does that. Why am I struggling with where these shapes are going to line up? I really am struggling here. So if this were a full square, you know, it'd come out to right here. And so how do you mask that? I can't exactly do a border right none, because then it would cut off this part too. And we'd lose this curve. So if I want it to be this big, okay. Okay. Huh. I mean, I'm seeing two elements here. It's just deciding how I want to mask them with a third. How to hide them. You know what? Let's just start getting things on the screen and seeing what we get. I'm not going to get too fancy with this one because I think it's going to that'll bite me in the butt. I'm going to go ahead and just style the HTML as that, right? And then one of these is going to be the body, and then another one's going to be like a paragraph tag. Let's make the body this bottom one. I think this one's going to be easier to hide than another one. So let's go border. It's going to be 30 pixels solid and white. All right, so let's margin it down, and I think that works out too, because then we only have to change the yeah, let's turn on the diff and then get this margined into place. So we're going to drop it down. It's going to have a different bottom margin, which is unfortunate. So 150, nope, 30, 20, there we go. And then left right is going to be like 115, and then our bottom is going to be like 50, 40. There we go. Okay. And then we're going to have just a different border radius. Okay, so border radius. So it goes there. Let's say 20 pixels. Let's jump it up 30, 35, 40. Okay, that's good. And then it's going to be like 1 inch and 1 inch. Okay. And then 40 pixels. Huh, it changed this bottom right one. Let's see. Wonder why that changed. See how this is coming out even more? Interesting. Okay, what if we change this to 55? And then we don't need this one? No, we still need that one. Okay. Apparently they work in relationship with each other. My border's too thick too, so let's drop that and see how badly that messes everything up. Nope, it needs to be thicker. No. Okay, there we go. All right, so that's in place, and we can see I need that upper one to be the curve. And then I might box shadow. Yeah, what I can do is this upper one can be a curve, and I can box shadow down, and what I'll do is I'll move it down into the left, and it should cover that border like I want. So I'll get the curve of this element, turn off slide and compare, turn off the diff, so it'll box shadow down. Yeah, I think that'll work good. Okay, so let's get a p tag in here and let's start styling it. Don't do that. Okay. Yeah. Position fixed. There we go. Let's margin you. Okay. Okay. Getting closer, and 50. Nope. 0. Something like that. Let's give it some padding. There we go. There we go. Give it some padding to expand it up, and we'll have to overwrite the border radius. Maybe I could use M and just change font instead of having to write a whole new border radius, but I'm gonna burn that bridge when I get into it. So like 50? Nope. 20. Seem about right? By 50. That seems pretty good. Let's move it. Okay. So we do need to change the border radius on all the sides. It's about the right. Let's go 40. No? 45? Seems about the right distance. So let's overwrite border radius and see what we get. There we go. I might just have to write the 1. That bottom left. Okay.
Dinner's ready.
Oh, okay. Guess dinner's ready. 30. Ooh. Does that look right? Okay, so this one. Ooh, what if we do something like that? It throws all of them off, but maybe it's easier to mask. How am I going to mask that, though? How am I going to mask that curve? Because a box shadow wouldn't work, because this one's above. Alright, let's change this back to not skew everything. I'll figure it out. Box shadow. Negative 50 pixels. Negative 50 pixels. Wrong way. Gotta go down. Yeah, that's gonna work. Okay. Let's see, like that, and then 60. Okay. And I'll do this color. Boom. Okay, so at least I have that going for me. Just gotta figure out this. Alright. It's late, but I want to finish this. What am I gonna do for this last bit of it? Because this curve right here is my problem. How do I... let's see. Yeah, that's what I thought. It's not the end of the world, though. I think I can work with that. Let's go color. Can't really work with that. Okay. Border right, 0. So if I extend the padding, no, that won't work. What is my border width? My border width is 40. 40. Oh, wait. 0. 40. No. 0. 40. Which way is this going? If I do that one, 40 pixels. So it's that. Okay, so I want that one to be 0. And that one's 40 pixels. It's doing weird things to the box shadow too. I think that's also throwing me off a little bit. So let's get rid of that. So we just look at this one. So now it's, okay, top right, bottom left. That's what it's doing. So bottom I do want 0. That's 40 pixels, right? So this I actually kind of like. I like this a lot because I can just change the padding and I get my result. And then we adjust the box shadow. Okay, so that's not too bad. What I could do... I feel like there's a clever way to do, it's too late to get into font and that sort of thing. So let's change top and bottom, 30. Oh, but then the background, let's just make the background transparent. Fix that right quick. I ran out of time today to get anything clever, so sorry about that. Let's go 40. 50, right? And hopefully that's not sticking down too far. I can't tell until we like turn that on. And what we're gonna actually do is move it up a touch. 60. No, that's left and right. 80. I need to move it up. And then drop it back. Okay, yeah, I did move this too far down. There we go. That's better. This is gonna be more like 55. 50. Because padding is also doing left and right. 40? No, 50. Okay. Oh. How curious. Okay, 65. Good. Okay, look at the diff. I need to drop this down again. That's about right. I'm just gonna hit submit. I'm just gonna see where I'm at. This is not a good solution. There's so much duplicated here. I duplicate the border radius and I duplicate the border width a lot. like these zeros and this 40. I feel like there's something you can do with font, and same with the border radius. There's got to be a better way. But you know what? Clever's when you have time sometimes. So I'm just getting this done just so I have something. Today, this is all I get to do. But we had a nice evening at band night. It was good for the kids. My wife gets to get music into her life, so it's better for the family. And that's okay. You know, that's all right. Okay, 2:59. I guess that's what I did today. I don't like the solution at all. I wish I could make it better. I really do. I like getting it better. Gotta let it go. Hope you have a good night. Hope you have a good day tomorrow. Bye.